Hi everyone, and welcome back to Technique Tuesday with Stamp with Anna. Today I'm going to show you how I made this white on white, very elegant Christmas card. And as I'll be doing all week long, I am working with the new Carols of Christmas bundle that is pre-orderable beginning today, Tuesday, August 1st. I'm not using the stamp on this at all. I'm just going to be using the coordinating framelits, which are called the Card Front Builder. I'm going to be using the new embossing paste that's in the new catalog. So I did some things. I did make a change to this. See here, the card base is plain white. On the one that I'm making today, I did run it through the softly falling embossing folder because I think I'm going to like that just a tad bit better. So what I've done already is I took the die cuts, the tree die cuts, and I die cut 2 of the double trees and 3 of the single trees using Whisper White. Then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a little bit of this embossing powder and using my silicone mat, I'm going to take just a little bit of it. You don't need a whole lot. And I'm going to put it here. I've attached my die cuts, by the way, to my pierce mat using repositionable tape, which is an important step. So I'm going to make myself a little blob of that. Then I'm going to cover my embossing paste because it does dry rather quickly. Then, while it's wet, I'm going to sprinkle some Dazzling Diamonds on it. And I'm going to mix it up, just so that I get some sparkle throughout the paste. We'll add some more after we apply the paste to our project, but just to get the base of some, maybe just a tad bit more because you can't see it. I guess I have to order some more. This looks like it's running out. Make myself a list. Okay, so there we have it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take this and I'm going to run it over my die cut tree. And you don't want to make it all the way smooth because you do want to have the tree have some texture to it. Okay? This is very messy, and it's not for the faint of heart that like to do clean projects. And a little bit more here. And we're just going to keep doing that until we have all the branches covered. And there is a little bit of texture on all of the trees. And this one needs some more right there. Now, of course, the shape of the tree now has been lost because of the paste all over it. But that's okay, do not fear. Okay, so there we already see the shine on the tree. I just want a little bit more texture on this tree here. Okay, now, because the paste dries so quickly, you do want to have access to some water right away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and these pieces here, and I'm going to transfer them onto a piece of scrap cardstock. Probably use a color that I'm not going to use much. Okay, here's an old piece of Emerald Envy. I'm going to lift that up, and when you lift it up, some of the overlapping paste will come off the tree, so you will get your tree shaped back a little bit. And then we're going to move this one over here, and straighten that out a little bit more. And this one. And one of our double trees. And our last double tree. Okay. So now I'm going to set them to dry. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go off camera and I'm going to go rinse off my supplies before I take care of any of this. I'll be right back. Okay, I got my spatula and my silicone mat all washed off. I cannot stress enough just how quickly the embossing paste dries, so it will harden on your tools and it will make a mess. So what I'm doing here, this is a little dry but not much. With my paper piercing tool, I'm just going to run over the tree to kind of bring back the outline. See what I'm doing here? Let me grab a towel. Now it doesn't matter if it's not perfect because the tree has snow on it, so it doesn't really matter. But if you want it to stay kind of like the shape of the die, then you would do this step. If you don't care and you want it enhanced, shall we say, the branches enhanced with more snow, that's certainly fine. That's up to you. I'm just going to try to, just a couple more of them, I'm going to try to accent them. Now I'm going to let this dry because there's a lot of paste on this. So I want this to be good and dry before I start handling it because I want the trees and the paper to be stiff when I go apply them onto my my card. And I'm also going to pop them up with Stampin' Dimensional, so I do want the backs of them to be dry so that they'll stick to the Stampin' Dimensional. But as you can see here, I'm going to bring it up nice and close. You can see the sparkle. If you want a little more sparkle than that, certainly, just like as if you're running sugar over a cookie, go over it with a little more. And while it's wet, it will attach itself. It will stick. You can certainly go over it with your finger, but then you're going to get the paste on your finger, but it's not a big deal. It will attach itself as it dries. So I'm going to put this aside and let it dry, and then I'll come back after it's dry. Okay? Okay, my trees are nice and dry now, so I'm going to assemble my card. So what I'm going to do is with the regular dimensionals and the mini dimensionals, I'm going to put some on the back of these. So I'm going to turn all my trees over. And you can see just how close my embossing paste is to the actual outline of the tree. Some of it is obviously beyond that line, the edge, but that's fine with me. I don't mind that at all. Okay, so I'm going to put large dimensionals on the bottoms, the bottom half of the trees, and then the mini dimensionals at the top of the trees because they just fit much better. And I do want it up as close as I can to the tree because I do want the tree to stick nicely onto my card. I love these new mini dimensionals. It's a good bargain and a good deal too. You get quite a few of them. If with my first one, trial and error, the first card I made, I kind of made a mess, and on the back of the my trees here, I got a lot of paste on it, so the dimensionals wouldn't stick. So that's one thing to kind of keep in mind as well when you're working with your paste. Try to be, I mean, paste is messy, but try to be neat so that it doesn't interfere with the back of your tree. You do want as little as possible paste on the back. You want it all in the front where it's nice and glittery, and it's going to make a beautiful, beautiful presentation on your card. Now this is a nice card to make, but I certainly wouldn't recommend making this for everyone on your Christmas card list. Making 100 of these would certainly send me over the edge. So just a few people will get this one. Okay, so all my dimensionals are off. So how I'm going to place this, also on my first one, I put them kind of in the middle. I'm going to push them up a little more. So I'm going to put the double trees here and here. I'm going to place those first. And then I'm going to place the single trees in front of them, and I'm going to come down, just offset it just a bit, so that it gives the illusion of some being in the front and some being in the back. And this one I want to be just a tiny bit higher. Oh, I forgot to take that one off. And this one I want to be just a tiny bit lower. Okay. And now I'm going to take some of the white satin ribbon. I know this ribbon, I'm going to change this one. I know this ribbon, I believe, is retired, but I stocked up on it when it was retiring because it's one of my favorite ribbons. And it might still be on the clearance rack, I don't know. But any white shiny ribbon I believe will do. So I'm going to tie a bow. I'm hoping my fingers work today. My arthritis in my hand is really acting up, and it's making crafting difficult. Alright, I'm just going to try to center that tiny bit. Whoops, tiny bit more. Now I'm going to put a dimensional behind my bow. Make this a little smaller so that it stays nice and flat on my card. I'll put that right behind my ribbon. And then with my ribbon shears, I'm going to cut this. Nope, I'm going to fix that one a little bit. Oh, jeez. Okay, now I want to pop this up on my card. So I'm going to use the big dimensionals. And I'm going to put them in the corners, the obvious places. And then, because it's up, I also going to put some on my ribbon. Half on my ribbon and half off my ribbon so that it will keep my ribbon in place. So now I'm going to take the backs off of these. My work surface is all full of dazzling diamonds. I love glitter, but I don't like it on my work surface. So then I'm going to take my thick Whisper White cardstock, and I'm going to mount this right there. And there we have it. I just think that is a beautiful, elegant Christmas card. And I wouldn't put any sentiment on here. I would stamp something nice. Perhaps I would use the Peace on Earth on the inside, because that is a beautiful, peaceful scene here. So there we have it. Another way to use this great Carols of Christmas bundle. And again, this simply uses the dies, which is called the Card Front Builder Thinlits. And today, August 1st, is the first day that you can pre-order it. Now, if you took advantage of the bonus days in July, for every $50 you spent, you got a coupon for $5 off. You can apply that $5 towards this pre-purchase, this pre-order bundle, or even just just one or the other, the stamp set or the Thinlits, if you're not interested in the bundle, which I can't imagine why, because they go beautifully together. But in any event, if you have any questions at all about this project or any of the products that I used, I'd love it if you would contact me through my blog, www.stampwithanna.blogspot.com. And if you do not already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to be able to help you out. There, like I said, there is a button, a tab on my blog that says contact, as well as a tab that says shop. I hope you enjoyed this card. See you back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.